Coffee flavor all starts with the bean. Obviously, if you have poor quality coffee beans to begin with, it's not much you can do to improve the flavor. But even if you have excellent quality coffee beans, the flavor all rests in your ability to extract the oils perfectly. I'm Ryan from Coffee Beans Delivered, and today I'm going to teach you how to consistently get that perfect extraction. Shot is called the God shot, and whilst you may not be able to achieve that every time, here's some tips that will help you get very close. Firstly, this guy needs to be piping hot. It's no use leaving it on the tray like that. It needs to be sitting up inside the group head, warming up as your machine warms up. Even run some water through the portafilter. This helps heat it up, and you can test it by just feeling underneath to see if it's touch hot. The coffee should be fresh. Now, not too fresh. You want to start extracting coffee about 1 to 2 weeks after roasting. Get yourself a nice quality basket. I personally hate the ones that come with a lot of machines because the design there doesn't allow for an even extraction. So go out and buy yourself a quality one. It might cost you $10 to $30, but they're well worth it. When you grind coffee, the gases escape very quickly, and with it, the flavors. So make sure that when you grind, you only grind the amount you need when you need to grind it. Research has now taught us that distribution of the coffee grinds is super important. So wiggle the portafilter like this as the coffee is grinding so that you evenly distribute the coffee. Not everyone has scales at home that can weigh down to 22 grams. So here's a good rule of thumb. Make sure the coffee sits flush with the top of the basket, and when you tamp it down with enough pressure to bring it down to about that ridge. Now make sure your tamping's even and flat. Don't try and tamp up here in the air. Put it on a flat surface, tamp firmly, twist to polish the coffee grinds, and this creates an interlocking surface which forces the water to go through and pick up the oils. So from grinding to tamping, that should take no more than 30 seconds. Otherwise, you're going to cook the coffee in the basket. Purge the water. That gets rid of any loose grinds and also settles the water down. And then you're ready to do the extraction. It should start off nice and slow and even. The extraction time should be around 25 seconds, but it's more important to look at the coffee and watch it, and when it starts to go blonde and wavy, cut it off then. So that's how you pour a perfect coffee every time. But if you're still finding you have some problems, here's some troubleshooting tips that may help you. If your coffee is gushing out, probably underdose the coffee basket or it's too coarse. The coffee is going to pour out within about 10-12 seconds, and it's going to be wide and wavy and watery, and the flavor is going to be tasteless. If you're getting a burnt flavor from your coffee or it's dripping out as you extract it, you've probably made the coffee grinds too fine and you need to coarsen them a bit. You may have also overdosed the basket and tamped too hard. If the coffee tastes bitter, and assuming that your beans are high quality and they're not roasted very dark, then you're running your coffee too long. That part where it goes wavy and blonde is where the organic acids come out, and they're a bitter flavor. So you want to stop the shot as soon as you start to see it go blonde and wavy. Now, if your coffee tastes sour and you notice that it's bubbling a lot as it's pouring out and it's blooming almost outside of the spout, that's because your coffee's too fresh. And it's a myth to use coffee that's been roasted yesterday. Give it at least 1 to 2 weeks to degas and let all of those carbon dioxides out of the bean. Now, if your coffee is thin and dark as it pours out and it never achieves that beautiful oakery, rich and thick creaminess, chances are your coffee is stale or old, which would never have happened if you would have bought from Coffee Beans Delivered. Go out and find some fresh but not too fresh coffee, and then you'll get your perfect extraction. So hopefully that helps you achieve the God shot. But if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments section below. I'm Ryan from Coffee Beans Delivered. Enjoy your brew.